The name of the film is Aladdin. The movie starts with the man telling a story to his kids. He tells them the story of Aladdin's magical lamp. Then we see the Agrabah kingdom. In this kingdom, a boy named Aladdin is shown. He is a thief and lives with his monkey. He steals, but the good thing is that he helps the poor. He gives food to small poor kids. It means the money he steals, he uses in a good way. He has a pure heart. Then we see a girl. She gives bread to kids, but she has no money. So the shopkeeper tries to take her bracelet. At that moment, Aladdin comes. Because he is clever at stealing, he takes the girl away from there. When the shopkeeper realizes he was fooled, he sends his men to catch them. But Aladdin somehow saves the girl and takes her to his home. At home, the girl tells him that her name is Dahlia. Aladdin says he lives with his monkey, Abu. His parents died when he was a child. He is alone. Seeing her shiny clothes and bracelet, Aladdin thinks this girl is a special maid of the princess. Then the girl sees some boats coming and says she has to leave. Before going, she asks Aladdin to give her bracelet back. He says okay and pretends to search for it. The girl knows he has it, but since Aladdin is a thief, he acts like the bracelet is lost. The girl leaves while calling him a thief. Now we see a minister in the movie. His name is Jafar. Jafar wants the crown of the kingdom. For this, he wants a magical lamp. This lamp is in a magical cave. Only a person with a pure heart can enter the cave, someone who helps the poor, a humble and innocent person. But Jafar doesn't have these qualities. He is greedy. That's why he is searching for someone who does. Then we see a prince from Arab who brings a marriage proposal for the princess. But the girl who was with Aladdin that day, she is actually the princess. Dahlia is her maid's name. The princess's name is Jasmine. Princess Jasmine doesn't like those proposals. Jafar tells Sultan to attack Shirabad, but Sultan becomes angry and refuses. Jafar has a magical stick. He can hypnotize anyone with it. So he hypnotizes the Sultan, so the Sultan will listen to him. Then Jasmine comes and tells her father that she wants to be the Sultan of the kingdom, but a woman can't be Sultan. So he says no. He asks her to marry an Arab prince so her husband can take care of the kingdom. Princess becomes sad and goes to her room. Then Aladdin comes to the palace to return the bracelet of the princess. But Lago, the parrot of Jafar, sees him. Lago tells Jafar. Now Jafar sees how Aladdin secretly goes to the princess's room. He understands this is the boy who can help him. Aladdin returns the bracelet to the princess. He also takes her hairpin so he can meet her again. But sadly, on his way back, the royal guards catch him. They take him to a desert. Jafar thinks that Aladdin is the gem he was searching for. He tells Aladdin that the girl he thought was a maid is actually a princess. He says if you want to marry the princess, you must become rich. He asks Aladdin to go into the magical cave and bring the magical lamp. In return, he promises to give him a lot of money. Now, because Aladdin is in love with the princess, he agrees. In the evening, Aladdin goes to the cave with Jafar. He tries to go inside the cave carefully. Because Aladdin is special, the cave does not hurt him. He goes inside. Inside, he sees many diamonds and jewels, but he does not touch anything. He remembers Jafar's warning. Don't touch anything except the lamp. If you do, the spirits of the cave will get angry and try to kill you. Aladdin stays careful. While walking, he sees a carpet stuck under a big stone. He helps the carpet. The carpet becomes happy. Later, a stone almost falls, but Aladdin is saved. However, a ruby falls on Abu. Abu grabs it. At the same time, Aladdin picks up the magical lamp, but Abu had touched a pearl. Because of that, the cave spirits become angry. They try to kill them and lava starts flowing everywhere. Somehow, Aladdin and Abu reach the exit. Outside, Jafar is waiting for them. Instead of helping them, he says, "Give me the lamp first." Aladdin is in danger, so he quickly gives the lamp to Jafar. As soon as Jafar gets the lamp, he makes them fall down. But Abu attacks Jafar. Jafar also throws the lamp into the cave. Now, Aladdin and Abu are trapped inside. When Jafar searches for the lamp, he cannot find it and screams. Inside the cave, Abu shows Aladdin that he had taken the lamp back during the attack. Aladdin rubs the lamp. A huge genie comes out. The genie says he was trapped in the lamp for many years. He tells Aladdin, "To make a wish, just say 'I wish,' and it will come true." Aladdin says, "I wish you take me out of this cave." The genie uses his magic and takes them out of the cave. After they come out, Aladdin asks the genie about his own wish. The genie says, "I want to become a human." Aladdin says, "Don't worry, I have 3 wishes. In my last wish, I will wish to make you human." The genie replies, "Excuse me, you only have 2 wishes now." Aladdin says, "But I didn't rub the lamp before the first wish, so it should not count." The genie agrees and says, "Okay, tell me your first wish." Aladdin says, "My first wish is make me a prince, so that I can go to the princess with a marriage proposal." The genie uses his magic and turns Aladdin into a prince and Abu into an elephant. Now Aladdin becomes a prince with the help of Genie's magic. He sits on a magical elephant with Abu and many other people and enters Agrabah like a royal prince. There was music, colors, dancers, and camels. Everyone in the city looks at him with surprise. Princess Jasmine watches everything from her balcony. She sees this grand entry and gets curious about who this prince is. Aladdin enters the palace as a prince and tells the Sultan and Jasmine that he wants to marry the princess. Princess Jasmine becomes annoyed. She doesn't like arrogant princes and thinks this one is just like the others. Aladdin tries to talk to her, but she doesn't show much interest. Later, the genie takes Aladdin aside and says that he is trying too hard to act like someone else. He says, "You should be yourself." At night, Aladdin wants to talk to the princess again. So he goes near her balcony and tries to impress her, but she is not impressed. Then Aladdin asks her if she wants to go on a magical ride. She agrees, and Aladdin calls the magic carpet. They both sit on the flying carpet and go on a ride across the world. They fly over the city, deserts, rivers, and even snow-covered mountains. During this magical journey, Jasmine starts feeling that this prince is different from the others. She enjoys the ride and starts liking him. They come back to the palace. But Jasmine starts suspecting that this prince is not really a prince. She says something feels familiar about him. Aladdin gets nervous. He lies and says, "I was a prince before, but I live in disguise sometimes." She still feels something is off but doesn't say much. Genie gets worried because Aladdin is not telling the truth. He reminds Aladdin that being honest is better. But Aladdin is afraid if Jasmine knows the truth, she might never love him. Now Jafar starts becoming suspicious of this new prince. He secretly follows him and uses his magic to find out the truth. He finds out that the new prince is actually Aladdin. He goes to the Sultan and tries to convince him that this prince is lying. But the Sultan doesn't listen, so Jafar uses his magical staff to hypnotize the Sultan again. Under hypnosis, the Sultan agrees to let his daughter marry Jafar. Princess Jasmine is shocked. Aladdin also gets worried. Jafar then sends his guards to throw Aladdin into the sea. They tie him with ropes and throw him deep into the ocean. Aladdin is almost dead. But luckily, the lamp falls out from his clothes. Even though he's unconscious, Genie sees him and saves his life. Genie brings Aladdin back to the land. Aladdin now understands how dangerous Jafar is. He runs back to the palace, but Jafar has already taken over the throne. He steals the magic lamp from Aladdin. Now Genie becomes Jafar's servant because the lamp belongs to Jafar. Jafar uses his first wish and says, "Make me sultan." Magically, the throne and crown go to Jafar. Then he uses his second wish, "Make me the most powerful sorcerer in the world." Now Jafar has strong magical powers. He exposes Aladdin's truth in front of everyone. He shows that Aladdin is not a prince, just a street thief. Jasmine feels betrayed. Aladdin tries to explain everything, but no one listens. Jafar uses his powers to throw Aladdin far away using magic. After Jafar throws Aladdin far away using magic, Aladdin falls into a snowy desert far from Agrabah. He feels helpless and broken, but the magic carpet comes flying and saves him. Aladdin rides the carpet and returns to Agrabah. There, Jafar is now the new sultan. He forces Princess Jasmine to marry him. Jasmine is sad but pretends to agree. She secretly tries to steal the lamp back, but Jafar catches her. He becomes angry and uses his magic to chain her. Now Jafar wants more power. He says, "I want to be the most powerful being in the universe." Genie warns him that the most powerful being is not a sorcerer. It is a genie. Jafar says, "Then I wish to become a genie." Genie tries to stop him, but he must fulfill the wish. So Jafar turns into a giant red genie. He becomes very strong, but doesn't realize something important. Genies must live in a lamp. As soon as he turns into a genie, magical cuffs appear on his hands. A black lamp forms beside him. He gets pulled inside that lamp. Now Jafar is trapped inside his own genie lamp forever. Iago the parrot also gets trapped with him. Peace returns to Agrabah. Everything turns back to normal. The Sultan is free from Jafar's spell. Jasmine is safe again. Aladdin returns the original lamp to Genie. Now it's time for Aladdin's final wish. Genie says, "You still have one wish left. You can wish to become a prince again so you can marry the princess." But Aladdin remembers his promise. He says, "I wish to free you, Genie." Genie is shocked and happy. No one ever wished for Genie's freedom before. His cuffs fall off, and he becomes free. He can now live like a normal person. The Sultan sees how good and honest Aladdin is. He changes the law and says, "From now on, the princess can marry whoever she chooses." Princess Jasmine chooses Aladdin. Everyone celebrates. Aladdin and Jasmine get together. The genie goes on a journey to explore the world as a free man. And the story ends with happiness, love, and freedom. And so, Aladdin's journey came to a magical end. He started as a poor boy from the streets, but his honesty, bravery, and kind heart made him a true hero. This story teaches us that real wealth is not gold or jewels. It's kindness, truth, and the courage to do the right thing. Aladdin got everything he wished for, not because of the lamp, but because he was good at heart. Even Genie, who waited for freedom for so many years, was finally set free because someone cared more for friendship than power. So if you like this story, don't forget to like, share the video, and subscribe to our channel, The Last Chapter. See you in the next video with a new chapter.